Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 9 to noon. And also Monday through Saturday, Micronesia Mall, second floor, center court, 11 to 6. Okay. And then for testing opportunities, free COVID-19. Hey, it's free, guys. Monday through Saturday at the old Teasen Carnival grounds. That's going from 8 to noon. Okay. And then on Friday, you can get tested down at Inalahan. All right. Coming up this morning on the show, Speaker Teresa Lahi, Superintendent John Fernandez, and a whole lot more. But let's go ahead and get things started as Arbor Month is well underway as they celebrated Arbor Day just yesterday. Let's get Christine Fejeran with Department of Agriculture. She's the forestry chief. Good morning, Christine. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Bananas Suzuas, everyone.
Bananas Suzuas. And you guys have been working hard. I know you just love October, right? It's a great time for your division.
It is. It's a busy time for forestry. It's Arbor Month. And this year's theme is trees, the natural solution. And this resonates with people all across the community, right? Whether you are a consumer of the product, meaning you're collecting wood for carving purposes, you're making a product that we can sell locally, or medicinal use, and or farmer or landowner that just wants to convert grasses into tree, fruiting and or awesome native. So yesterday we had Arbor Day, and I gotta say, Hannah was such a trooper. She came out, and I wanted them to capture her first time ever holding a rhino beetle. I didn't get to see that on the air if you guys posted it, but that would have been cool. But what we did was we had, I kept calling it the event non-event, because it was, or a non-event event, because we really just wanted to provide optics for our social media, right, and for the community who couldn't come out and join us. So a handful of partners joined us. We had an awesome resolution provided from Senator Ragel's office. Governor was there, Lieutenant Governor was there, and Parks and Recreation was represented with their deputy. And what we got to say was that we are celebrating 50 years of service this year.
Wow.
It was just by chance that I found that date in a 1969 document, because, we're looking for these numbers. In 1971, forestry was started here on Guam, and at least the division. And we're celebrating 48 years, though, of Arbor Day on the island. And it was just a really great opportunity to share that with the team and with the partners that were there. And what we did was, so if you follow us at doag.forestry, Facebook or Instagram, yeah, you're going to see the video clips that we recorded of each of our individual partners that were present. And they're showcasing the message, the work that they do, because forestry the success here isn't just on this specific team, right? It goes back to all the previous teams and all the community partners, to include you guys. Right. You get involved, you help get the message out there. And we wanted to show off those partners so we can better network the community. And let me tell you the impact. So, last week or earlier in the month, we had Fire Prevention Week. It was Know the Sounds of Fire. And our fire partners were really great at representing the message for Guam. And so I'm going to recap that for wildfire. Forestry was founded on Guam because resource managers, people identified fire and loss of vegetation and massive erosion issues as an important factor to address. And so that's what brought the attention of the fire program and forestry to the island. So let's talk about some of those numbers. We remapped these things. And so from 2015 to present, we are at current 4.7% on an average. So annual average of total percent land burned across the island. Again, fire doesn't know boundary. So Gov Guam, federal, and private properties, that's 4.7% on average.
So you're saying 5% of our island, you're saying 5% of our island burns every year?
Yeah, that's the average. And it's the average number of fires. We're running at about 400 wildfires a year. And of course, the fire team, we're not making it to all of these fires.
Yeah.
So that's the benefit of having this fire mapping program. Julian Dendy, a contractor with the Forest Service, who's been working with us on this for years, he has been instrumental in helping us come up with the numbers, right? Like when we say a lot, what does that mean? And Julian's helped us put some figures to that. If we want to talk about like the average fire, so the majority of these fires are, here's the size, 0.26 to 9 acres. So less than an acre, less than just a little over a quarter acre, right? 0.26 to 9 acres is the average size of our wildfires, which you can pretty much guess that these are coming from backyard starts. Yeah. So an accidental backyard fire someone intentionally is burning a pile in their backyard and that fire escapes. And I want to remind the community that we have negligent burning law. Under the arson law, you can be cited for negligent burning, for criminal mischief, and or arson. So community members, please be very aware of the law. We have our wildland fire investigators out now. So if there is a situation and the investigation takes us to your back door, you need to be aware of the risk here. So please, backyard, if you're burning on your property, please ensure that you have a permit authorizing that burn. Wow. And that's from the fire department.
Yeah. Nobody follows that.
I know. And that's the risk everybody takes. And, I always talk about my grandma and her growing up with her burning in the yard. And yeah. Thankfully, now that she's she's older, she's actually stopped.
Right. Yeah. This was something that we all did growing up. And, it's funny because it is the law, right? But I've lived in areas where neighbors have called the fire department because someone was burning, and they show up and they're like, "You don't have a permit." I didn't even know I had to have a permit. So, yeah, just be mindful, guys. I mean, even if you don't get a permit and you're doing it the illegal way, just be mindful, because we've all been there where you start burning something and it's like, oh my God, I didn't know this was gonna go like this, and I got to make dinner and I can't sit here and watch it. So. In a previous life, I've burned stuff and it's gone like crazy. So I just sit there with the hose and like, damn, let me just put this out and we'll just go to the dump, because you never know.
Please don't ever leave it unattended. Yeah. Put it out and know that honestly, what happens with a permit is that, yes, you get a permit authorizing that possibly. But the minute they get phone calls at the station, that's all it takes to shut down your permit. So the minute you start getting the station or 911 starts getting complaint calls on the smoke, then that is now, it's actually written on the permit that it's required that you shut it down.
Christine, we had a comment here from Chamarita Regis, planting the roots of life. So I wanted to ask, since we're talking about planting trees, what types of trees should we be planting?
Oh, wow. I'm always going to push for native trees. We need our native trees. They have function. They provide a function in our system with erosion control, water retention. So I'll always promote native. And you can reach out to our office. We have native trees ready to start giving away. So follow the Instagram, social media, and you have many opportunities to earn yourself a free tree or more than one, possibly. Wow. But fruiting trees, if you've got the space, food security became a very huge highlight, right? During COVID, we've always known and we've always promoted sustainability, be independent with our food, right? Be mindful of what we're growing. But COVID really emphasized that we can wait for the shipments that may or may not come, or we can start growing it here. And the benefit of growing fruiting trees and our own food here on island is that we reduce the number of invasive introductions onto the island. So grow local and consume local and buy local. So did you need more specific?
No, that's fine.
We have Agriculture Development Services.
Yeah, right. So Christine, in other words, for Arbor Day, if you want to plant a tree, you can go by Department of Ag, and you guys have a bunch of sprouts and all that, right?
Yes. Okay. So we're promoting it. We have an impressive number of trees, and the team really went out of their way this year to ensure that we have a variety of shrub species as well. So if you're a landowner and you're like, man, I want to support you, but I don't want a 20-foot tree in my yard.
Yeah.
Well, we've also addressed that. We have some shrub species that gives you that opportunity to plant a native, possibly an endemic, and it doesn't have to be a 25, 30-foot tree.
Right. You've seen those where somebody plants a tree and then, oh my God, 20 years later it's up, it's growing under the garage, breaking the cement, right? The power of nature. Yeah. Christina.
So, that's the sad fact, the sad life of an urban tree. Yeah. The trees that grow in our parks, along our streets, along the medians, it's planted and it hits an ideal height, right? We can see it's it's not interfering with lines or structure, but then it hits a point in growth where now it's impeding some kind of view or utility. And then you see us coming out, and the sad fact is sometimes we're going to have to remove that tree and put another tree in its place. So the life of an urban tree is a constantly changing one.
Wow.
But we really do want to have a mission to protect these trees, because remove one. How many of you out there, right? I'm going to just repeat from the other day. How many of you out there have driven down a road all your life, no flooding, no ponding. They removed that lemon tree in the corner, and oh my God, I need to get waders. I gotta swim through this puddle.
Oh my God.
Right?
Where's my boots? Where's my boots?
Pick up everything in the outside kitchen. We're flooding.
Right on. Christine, it's always fun to have you on. Anything in closing before we let you go?
Just everyone, think about it. We talk about trees, the natural solution. What does that mean to you? Take a photo of that tree. Share that message with us on our Instagram. And here's a hashtag if you want prizes. Hashtag Arbor Day GU 2021. Take that photo, share that message, tag that, and send it to our Instagram or Facebook.
Thank you, Christine. Have a great day. You too. Go plant some trees. Right on. It's always great to talk to people who love what they do. All right. It's 7:19. We're going to take a quick break, and we're coming back with more of The Link next. It's brought to you by Pacific Points, Cabo Enterprises, IT&E, and Jack in the Box. Good morning.
I'm Justin.
The Toto Mortnick.